Hey guys, I wanted to make this audio log in response to uh well it's not any response. What the fuck am I talking about anyway? Well, this is about what I'm planning on doing, and as you can see, you see this video here. I'll probably have playing in the background here, Homefront. Um to go on a kind of a not a non sequitur, but I was tasked with making a pumpkin for my work. A pump like a At work, we have this contest, a Halloween contest. You have a pumpkin, you can't carve it, but they give you a box of pumpkin and they give you all this stuff. And you have to make like a diagram involving the pumpkin, or a diagram. What? Come on, man. A diorama with a pumpkin, and you're supposed to make it like fancy backgrounds and everything like that, and make it all like whatever, but you can only use the items that are in the box, so it's just random stuff that's in the box. But you could use scissors, and you can manipulate this stuff with like scissors and like markers and glue and stuff. That's all you can really do, and then other than that, you the sky's the limit with your imagination. So I was making this pumpkin, and it was so bad it drove me into a deep dark depression. I was so depressed. Like I made this pumpkin. It's the worst. It was hands down the worst pumpkin of the whole. Probably the worst pumpkin ever introduced in the contest ever in the history of my work. And I got to thinking, like, not in the emo kind of a way, but in the way that, gee, everything I do sucks. Like everything I set out to create is really terrible, and that a lot of the stuff that I do that's really either funny or interesting to watch is purely by accident. I'm telling you, if you go back to the very, very, very first videos I ever uploaded on this channel, I uploaded a bunch of Call of Duty Black Ops videos. Just funny moments that would just happen to me. Quick 30-second things. I would show them. I would actually 30 seconds. It'd be more like 10 seconds. I would show it three times, just from different angles, And I really liked it because it was nice and short. And I used that entirely with the game editor. I mean, there's in the movie editor within the game, which is actually really easy to use. I mean, I have no experience doing anything like that. You see them and they look pretty snazzy. So props to that. Um, every every moment, every single second of those videos, if you find them to be good or interesting, it's by pure luck. And then any intervention on my part that if you notice something about the videos off or you don't like it, it's usually because I did something to it. And case in point, there's two good ones. If you go back and look, there's two really good ones. There's the I forget what it's called, but I think it's anti-air or something like that. Where we were losing the match. I still remember this match. I got my ass stomped on this match. So it was close to the end of the match. We're getting our faces stomped. I think we're playing dog tags or something. I forget what you call it. Like it's a special type of name. Like I think it's kill confirmed. There you go. And I was running around. I was just throwing bouncing bass everywhere. And then I look up and I see like somebody dropping like a helicopter dropping a care package, and I was like, you know what, you may take your victory, but I'm not gonna let you have this care package. So I pull on my anti-air, and as I have a habit of like moving backwards with my anti-air because I'm so used to the helicopters flying out of range of my anti-air. It happens all the fucking time. Whenever I have to shoot something down, I'm always in the worst possible position to shoot it down from. So as I'm backing up to get a good shot, I fire the rocket into there was a tank behind me. Well, you see the video. What am I explaining it for? But anyway, um, the music sinks in just right, like when the trumpets go when during the song, and I blow myself up. That was purely by accident. Another one is this Team Risk intro I made for my back when I was playing Final Fantasy 11. I was in a Link show, which is a guild called the Team Risk SRK. And so I made a little funny, stupid intro because we play a lot of Black Ops. I made a little intro. Every inch of that was by accident. I was fucking around with the rails, the camera rails, and I had no idea what music I was going to use. I had the camera rails, and what I wanted to do was a shot of me shooting the knife and having the knife, like the camera following the knife into my friend's head. And and I couldn't. I fucked it up. I couldn't do it right, and and the music I found online was I was looking up what would be a good intro song. I just typed in intro, and there was this weird rap mix. And Google's pretty good. Google's pretty cool, like, or Google, YouTube, whatever. Like, if your video's 40 seconds, they'll give you song suggestions that last exactly 40 seconds. So that's what happened there. That was a 30-second song, or around in there. It was like 30 or 35 seconds, and the song fits in almost perfectly with the fucking with everything. Like the music starts kicking in when you see my character running, and then when Jin falls out of screen, like the tempo changes, or that, and then I put. It was crazy. Like, I liked how that turned out. Again, purely by accident. And there's a lot of interesting things. All my like most of that stems from I give up in that I can't act. I can't be spontaneously funny. It's really hard for me. Well, it's hard for anyone really, but it's impossible for me. I can't. Anything I do that's funny, it's purely by I'm an idiot, or I don't realize it, or I just can't win. You know. I think my two favorite videos I've had out that, again, I had nothing. There was no creative anything into it. I think the Cyber Ninja, and I made a 4 minute video of Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it was Assassin's Creed 3. What I did was I just let the video run, and while I was playing the game, I let the video run, and I'm playing the game. I'm going through this nonsense, this absolute bullshit. Actually, I didn't get mad at it at all during the game. I actually did not get mad. So it wasn't worth me recording. You didn't miss anything. I was actually almost absolutely silent during the whole thing, but I was like, I was marking these moments in my head. That was all. I believe everything that happens in that video was one playthrough up until there's a second part where the ship where I get stuck between the ship's wheels. That's another playthrough. That was like the next day, and then when I killed the guy, and then he does a split. That actually, that and the second ship video, second ship part was the same playthrough too. But that was pretty cool. That was actually like 4 hours of video actually combined, and I cut it down to 4 minutes. And again, even those videos, those are my favorite videos. I think those are the best ones I've done. The audio is fucking atrocious. Like, even at my best, it fucking sucks. Like, the audio with the Assassin's Creed one, like, the guy talks really low, and then, like an idiot, I have like 10,000 decibel music blaring right after it. Like, wow, good job. And then the Metal Gear Solid one, my voice comes in again way too fucking loud, and um not to blame it, Cyberlink, I forget what it's called. It's called Cyberlink. I don't know. Even though I have it right in front of me, I don't know what it is. Cyberlink Power Director or something like that. It's crazy good. It's really hard for me to control the audio. It's probably the hardest. It's not like Windows Movie Maker where you could just, oh, I want the audio down, or I want the movie's audio to take precedence. It doesn't work that way. In this way, you have to, like, you move one side of the beam down, and you move another side of the beam, so together the beams go down, and you Yahtzee, I don't know. And if you fuck up and you press the wrong part of the beam, then you're only lowering one section of the audio. It's really it doesn't seem to be, like, it's really annoying how Movie Maker just has numbers. Like, okay, you want your it's 100% to 0%. How much audio do you want? And you're like, oh, okay, well, I want the movie to be 20, and I want my voice to be 50 or something, so people's eardrums can survive my video. Anyway, I don't mean to be blaming Cyberlink. It's great. It's a great program. But anyway, back to this. So I think the turning point was the pumpkin and this video. This video here is Homefront. What I was gonna do, I was gonna make a second games video, which I thought my first games video was pretty good. Um, and I tried to do it again. I recorded Dead Rising 2, Homefront, and boy, what was it? A Bullet Storm. Um, Bullet Storm was meh. It wasn't worth. It was like it wasn't worth. I was probably gonna not upload it. Um, Dead Rising 2 was okay up until the end. I had trouble with the boss. I thought the boss, actually, I got that game for free I got Off the Record, Dead Rising 2, and then Case Zero for free. Actually, I don't know if I got Off the Record for free. Probably not. But I got it for free off of Xbox Live Gold because I can't figure out how to cancel my card. It's a confusing thing. I got it for free, and then I got so mad at that boss. I thought the boss was such crap. I'm not even continuing to play the game. What upset me was the boss wouldn't. The boss would sometimes flinch from your attacks, and sometimes he wouldn't. Actually, a majority of times he would not flinch. So we would just trade shots. Except he would be trading 3 shots for every one of my shots because his shots are all combos and stuff. Like he has a pitchfork shotgun. He hits you once with a shot, the pitchfork, lifts you up in the air, and shoots you, and then he swings you off, and you hit the ground. It's like 3 hits. I'm like, what is this? And I kept losing until I realized you could just run back into the house and just get food. There's like plenty of food in there. There's not a house, but there's like a little convenience store. You just run back in there and get all the food you want. You have plenty of food. So all you're doing is you're just fighting the guy until you run out of health, and you just run in there, eat the food, and then run back out. And I just thought, well, why don't you just make the boss less bullshit? Why don't you just let me sweep through it instead of me interrupting the combat, running inside the house, eating, and then there you go. And it's really stupid. And then Homefront was a slam dunk. I loved it. Like as a game, it's mediocre. My playthrough was great, almost to where I thought I could maybe get away with it just being that video. I was talking a lot. Um, I had the right jokes. I had a lot of. I was saying pretty funny stuff, at least in my opinion. And then I go and I click off the capture card. I'm like, yes, I did everything right. I go to Cyberlink Pro. I upload it, and the video is corrupted. And what it is the audio is out of sync. This was a test because the audio was out of sync, and I thought I could fix this. Maybe I could fix this, or maybe they won't notice. Maybe it won't mind it because if my audio, my voice audio, and the game audio, as long as my voice carries over with the video, it works right. And then I was like, should I upload? I was really close to uploading, and I just said, you know what? This is like Mind Jack. Because I thought Mind Jack was good, but that's all. It's annoying to watch. I see all the glitchy parts, and so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna upload this. I gotta make a stand. I can't. When my friends watch my videos, I don't want them to give up. And if they see Mind Jack and if they see this nonsense, they're just gonna give up. They're not gonna watch another video, not like a video that's not funny and it has a bunch of glitches, and they're like, you know what, I'm not gonna watch any more videos because that's what happens. You're like, I used to like this guy until he does this that's annoying. He scratches his beard, or he smacks his lips too much, or he swallows and he doesn't edit it out, and it's so terrible. And you don't want, And I say all this stuff, and I don't do I don't do any of that. I'm gonna be swallowing and shit all through the video. And now I'm all conscientious. Now I'm hitting the mute button. I don't have fancy IO editing equipment, so sue me. Anyway, um, so I guess I better take some voice acting tips or something like that. Like wearing, they say lipstick to keep your lips from being chapped and all that, and whatever. I don't know. Um, I had sodas before this. That's pretty bad too. Anyway, so what I've done is, for now, I made the videos I don't like private. I haven't deleted them, and this is my main contention: is that I don't know what's funny. I don't know what's funny, and I don't know what's not funny. I don't really know what's good or what's not good. I went by the views. I guess that's good. Some videos I've shared with my friends. Some videos I haven't, so it's almost unfair. I think what's amazing to me is the Battlestar Galactica videos. And I knew people would like them. I didn't think they'd like them that much. And oh, real quick on Battlestar Galactica. Unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately because that's like, oh my god, what's going on? I do plan on making more. It's not going to be for a while though. What I'm going to do is well, this weekend, cross your fingers. I think I might go to the library. There's a library in like not San Fern. Is it San Fernando? I don't know. It's way far away. Well, not far. Whatever. Well, way far away in miles terms, I guess 14 miles, whatever. I'm gonna go over there, maybe go over there, cross my fingers, and catch a train. You heard that? Catch a train and go to La La Land. Anyway, yes, this is a wonderful audio quality you're listening to. Let's hear one more beep. No, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go over there, bring my camera, and cross my fingers. Maybe they'll let me record. They play a lot of Battlestar Galactica over there. It's almost guaranteed. The one guy there, he's a really good guy. I forget his name. He's a really good Battlestar Galactica player. He's really good. I don't know if he'll let me use the camera because he's the kind of a guy. He's a no nonsense guy, though he's nice. He's a really good guy. He's just like no. He's the no food at the table guy, which is duh, you know. But like really, but he's but so if I walk in there with a camera, I think he'll look at me and go, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop my game and refocus the camera and all that stuff." And I know I'm breaking the rule. I'm showing up out of nowhere and going, "Hey, let me film you guys." I'm gonna try that. Even if that is successful, there's a lot of stuff I want to do to this video that even it probably won't see the light of day until if I'm successful, maybe late December, late. Like I'm talking like Christmas, maybe. Um, I plan on doing I'm planning on having a video about Star Galactica video ready by end of January. I'm just gonna flat out pay people because I don't want to. To be honest, I don't want to sit around. I don't want to wait for a Battlestar Galactica game. I don't want to be. I don't really want to beg for a Battlestar Galactica game. Um, I just wanna. There's a there's like a circle of people on the that play a bunch of board games in Los Angeles or they're like Burbank. It's usually like there's like a whole forum, maybe like 300 people ish or so. I'm just gonna make a post saying, hey, I need 6 people. Well, actually, I need. Here's the thing. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should be involved in the game or not. There if I'm not involved with the game, I could be doing some zoom ins. I might play around with the camera. I might look around at people's loyalty cards to see where they're at. Maybe I want to experiment. Basically, I want to. I also want to research poker games because I'm pretty sure like poker games could tell me like, would it be a good idea to reveal who's what, or maybe I should make 2 different videos. One with the revealed Cylons and one without. So you don't know anything. Maybe I should do that. Um, there's a lot of stuff I really want to do, and I don't think. See, me being out of the camera is me being on the camera. I'm not going to do anything with the camera. My ultimate plan is not to do anything with the camera, so there's no point for me not to be in the game. Um, Me being in the game though, it gives me a good insight for the commentary. Like I could say what I'm up to and give hints, I guess, or what I'm thinking. But I don't know if that's interesting or not. I don't know. See, I'm thinking like the Battlestar Galactica video. What if I didn't do commentary? Would it be more popular? Because my commentary, really, it wasn't all that great. It was me bitching at Daniel for that stupid ass. I'm gonna pull 5 Corm cards and shit. And I hate that tactic. And matter of fact, Zombicide, I hate that in Zombicide too. I like the first 5 turns, or you're in the house, I search. I was like, yeah, honestly, that's what you do in the zombie apocalypse, but it's so stupid. It feels like it should just be in the game. Like you should just have what you want. You should just have a search. But even if you can't just give them a weapon that they want at the start because if they don't have the weapon that they want at start, they're gonna run in and search anyway. Basically, there's no escaping it, and that's why I don't like him. That's why I pick El Cholo like all the time in Zombicide. Like he's my hands down because I don't like searching. I want to crack some skulls. I want to either kill some zombies or solve shit. That's what I want to be doing. I want to search. Um, the same thing if I'm a pilot in Battlestar Galactica, I'm getting on the Viper. I'm gonna sit in the sick bay and I'm gonna do like the Anders. I'm not picking Anders. Screw that shit. I'm gonna sit in the what's it, the political room, press room, and draw politics cards every 5 seconds, and then we'll trade off. And no, I'm not doing that. Um, Gosh, I went on a tangent. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, so I don't know. My guiding star is just let everything go. Just let it go. That seem all my videos that have worked are the ones that I let go, not necessarily the ones that I just slap on there, like just not like that. So I guess I'll be going with that. So and what I'm going to be doing next. So anyway, hopefully January, I'm just going to flat out pay people because screw it. Uh, how much will I pay them? I didn't think that at least $10 each, at least. But see, if I'm delving in the range of $20, I'm thinking $20. I don't know, $10 because to me $10 seems just about enough. Now I'm talking about expenses. That'd be like because I'm playing once a month. I can't do that weekly. I don't have enough money to do that weekly. Maybe. Um, for ad revenue on my channel, like I said, I have no plans on making any money on this channel, not at all. Unless like Battlestar fucking blows up, And even if it did, I'm pretty sure Fantasy Flight Games would just come knock on my door and beat my brains in. And if let's say, oh, we want you to be a commentator, I'm the worst commentator of all time. Like if I'm not playing the game, I have nothing to say, unless it's a game of unless it's like if it's Final Fantasy 11, I'm watching a support job. I can commentate that. Okay, this guy he's setting up for the Stone Skin. You can see what he needs to do here and because his jobs I played for like forever. Anyway, yeah, I've said anyway like 15,000 times. So my next videos, so I'm gonna probably be posting a lot less videos. Um, you could thank, you can probably thank a PlayStation 4. I'm not getting an Xbox One because I didn't like what they said. They're stupid. I know they are doing the DRM thing, and to be honest, I would have liked to have seen where it have gone, where that DRM thing would go, because I was thinking like, because I like Steam, and essentially they were trying to do like a Steam type. I say Steam, and I bet you guys went, "What the fuck, Steam? How dare you say that? There's nothing like Steam." But really, the used game thing, I was really hoping like if they were to able to say, thank you for sticking out with this DRM thing. Now new games will be $50 each instead of the 60. It's a leap of faith, and they probably weren't going to do it. But I would have liked to see where it would have gone, where what would happen. And like I said, if I had to pick a system of the seventh generation to pick, I would pick. I'm sorry, Xbox One. I mean, not Xbox One, Xbox 360, because the system works. I don't mean to say that the PlayStation 3 system doesn't work. I just don't like how when you play multiplayer on each game, it's like a different. You're walking to a different scenario. Like in Xbox, it just seems like everything is standardized. And I go. You can go to the menu. Every almost every one of my videos, like I play inverted y-axis. Almost every one of my PlayStation videos, I have to stop the game, invert the y-axis. In the Xbox 360, there's a setting where you invert the y-axis on your profile, and then every game is automatically inverted y-axis. Not only that, every game has achievements, and like achievements really quick. You might not think you're an achievement whore, but a lot of people whom I've met who say they aren't achievement whores actually are. If you think about it, achievements in overall they aren't all that different in, let's say, you're playing Final Fantasy. If you play an MMO, you play Final Fantasy and you beat the game. What's beating the game in Final Fantasy in an MMO? What's beating it? In my opinion, is beating the storyline. Like in any RPG, when you beat the story and the credits run, you've beaten it. A lot of people go, "No, you haven't. You haven't 100%ed it." That's why I think you may as well be an achievement whore. If you're playing like Final Fantasy 14, that's a good example. Like I'm playing the game and I beat it, and the credits roll, and I told my friends on Skype, "That's it for me. I'm done. I'm not playing this shit." And he was like, man, you need to get your relic." I said, "What? No, I'm done. Like I'm an achievement whore, and I'm done with this crap." And the guys I was talking to are achievement whores, but they're like, "Oh, you need to get your relic." I was like, "No." And I tried to. I gave that game another bitching about Final Fantasy 14. I gave that game such a shot. Like I said, 1 month, and that's if it better not screw with me. And I gave it like yeah, I think I gave it 1 month on the nose, and I actually had 2 months because I bought two copies. I had a PC and a PlayStation 3, and I quit the second month. I let the copy run out. I said, "Krista, drain my Krista. I don't care. Drain it all. I'm not coming back. I'm not definitely not coming back." Even if it, my roommate was like, "Well, what if it goes on the PlayStation 4? Will you join?" I was like, "It's still going to be this same crappy game." Anyway, I'm done with that aside. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Now this is the stuff I'm not going to edit from the audio log. Anyway, uh, so yeah, I mean, if I'm going to get achievements, I want to have them. So I think 360. I think if almost every game has achievements, I think indie games don't, and I really like that. I just I like the achievements. I don't like playing a PlayStation 3 game and then not getting achievements for like no reason. And then they're their counterparts or X 360 counterparts may or may not have achievements too. So PlayStation 4. So I'm getting that. I'm gonna try. Hopefully my capture card will work with it. My video. I might do a video, a little video. I'm not doing an unboxing video. I don't. Unboxing to me equals bragging, and I try not to brag in my videos. It's kind of an unspoken rule, even though I just fucking said it. God, I'm an idiot. I don't like to brag on my videos. I don't like to color myself in a spectacular light, if that makes sense. Which is why you don't really see me play. See, I'm about to brag again. I seem to be pretty good at strategy games, at least on the offset. Like I seem to be like I could just jump into them and play them pretty well to a point or something for a noob. So that's why I don't really do videos on strategy games. I stay away from them, cause or and I don't know. And if there's another genre, I don't know what else I'm good at. Like you'll never see me do a civilization video. No, that's not happening. Um, any videos where I'm good at, or if I'm good at the game, typically I won't like. Well, I don't think I've ever shown a video that was really ever good at a game. But if there ever was, I probably wouldn't show it because it's just so anyway. That's what it is. So I don't know if how I should do a PlayStation 4 video. I just wanted to show like does everything work. That's what I wanted to do. So what I've done is I got a my, my PlayStation 4 game. You wouldn't guess which one I got. Lego Marvel because all right, hear me out. Lego Marvel. That's really the only game I'm looking forward to be honest. I like the Lego games. I played them. It was the Lego games. I play them off and on. I played Star Wars. I thought was all right. Actually Lego Batman 1 turned me off major league. And then I played Lego Indiana Jones and I liked it. I really liked it. And but Lego Batman 2 was excellent. Excellent. Why there've been like so many Superman games. Lego Batman 2 is the best Superman game. It's you have to play. I mean, I think it's unanimous. If you go on the board and you say like, what's really good about Lego Batman 2? It's Superman. Seriously, all they need to do is make Superman invincible, give him all his powers, and the biggest draw is whenever he flies, play the John Williams theme whenever he flies. And it's like, oh my, it's so much fun playing Superman with the John Williams theme, and you're flying around. It's like, you mean to tell me when did Superman come out? Like 1977 ish. It's been like almost 40 years or so, and we haven't had a decent Superman game up until that plays the John Williams theme when he's flying, except for that the arcade game, but that doesn't really count. And even that, no, actually, when it was flying, it didn't even play the Superman theme. It was like some other theme, like the Love theme. And I mean, that's all I needed. And playing Superman was so goddamn fun, and that whole game was fun. So I'm looking at Lego Marvel. I'm like, fuck yes, sign me up. Lego Batman 2 is great. $60? I don't know what the PlayStation 4 version has. Like, I looked it up. It doesn't seem to have anything different from the PlayStation 3. The PC version is like 30. It seems to be the one to go to. Like, I'm gonna pay the least amount of money in a Lego game on the PlayStation 4. Really? Is it really gonna use all the computing power of the PlayStation 4? I don't know. That's the only one I've uploaded. I'm not interested in Assassin's. I'm not really interested in Assassin's Creed, uh, Call of Duty, or Battlefield. Though I want to get. I want to get them all. I want to get them all at one point or another. What I did was I wanted to try out the upgrade system, so I bought Black Ops. No, I'm sorry, Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts. I digital download, and I also bought the upgrade. And I bought 'em all ahead of time. Matter of fact, I bought 'em like an hour ago, just now. So I'll keep you posted if you guys want to know like how to royally screw up your. I'm gonna I'm gonna screw everything up, man. See, you think I'm bragging? No, no, no. I'll get my comeuppance. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do a PlayStation 4 unboxing, and my PlayStation's gonna blow up in my face and everything. I should just brag, because nothing goes right for me. Anyway, um, I plan on doing more review videos. Maybe, what I would want to do? I wanna, I don't know. I'm gonna pull this off. On Steam, what I want to do is every time there's a daily sale or a midweek sale or a weekend sale, I want to give a review on that game that's on sale. And I want to do it would be a really rapid fire quick review. And what inspired me was I played this game, and it's Gone Home on Steam. On the You can buy it on Steam. I think there's another way you can buy it. I don't know. This game is it's probably I really need to sit down and figure out what games I've gotten this year and how many, like, which ones were good or not, like what really stood out with me. Um, but this has to be the best game I've played this year so far. At least my favorite, and one of my favorite games of all time, hands down. Um, Gone Home is a game where you I can't it's you go in this house. You play as a daughter, the eldest daughter in this family. You have a younger sister and your mother and father, and you're away. Your character's been away in Europe for a year. She comes back to a house that the family moved into like shortly after she left for Europe. So you're in an unfamiliar house and you don't know where everything is. Your character doesn't know where everything is, and that's it. The game starts there. You start off literally at the doorstep. You find you find a note from your sister saying, I'm sorry I won't be able to greet you. Don't tell mom and dad or what happened, and don't go looking for me." And that's all it says, and that's it. And you just go around and you explore the house, and you find, basically it tells a story. You look at different scraps. Mostly it's told by pieces of paper and audio, and on audio diary it's like a flashback. You find your sister's diary later on in the game, and you hear excerpts from the diary, like with voice acting. So the sister's voice is really the only voice you hear other than your own and another character's. And this movie, I'm calling it a movie, this game, the story, you could say the story is whole hum. I don't know, I loved it. I felt hook, line, and sinker for the story. This is if I don't like doing reviews because I'm afraid what people might think. I'm afraid this person wouldn't like this review, this person wouldn't like this game, that person wouldn't like this game. There are only two games I would ever do like full on reviews to, and I should have explained one earlier. This one's the other one. This game is so easy to play, so easy to get into, so easy to understand. It's a masterpiece in and of itself on how it's constructed. Not one time in this game was I ever stuck or looking around for a clue. I found everything. I understood everything. And what is shocking most of all is that there's no arrow to point you where you need to go. There's no Bioshockish waypoint arrow to point you where you need to go, but you find everything. The only thing that helps you is a Silent Hill esque map that updates itself when you find a clue. Like when your character, you'll find your sister found hidden compartments throughout the house. So you'll find a piece of paper and then it'll queue up an audio book or not audio book. It'll queue up like an audio log or diary of your sister, and your sister will say, "Oh, I was looking around the house and I found these three hidden panels. And these panels, we were looking around for this. One of the overarching points is the house was previously owned by a guy named Oscar, who's like a late uncle of the family. And Oscar, evidently, there was some mystery regarding his death. He might have killed himself. He might have killed a bunch of people. They don't know. It's a part of the lore. And by the way, this game's sold as a scary game. It is not. Don't worry. Even though it gets you there. That's part of the hook. You're supposed to be kind of, you're supposed to go. The way to go in this game, the perfect mood to go in this game is not knowing what to expect. Go in there expecting anything. That's the best way to explore this game. Go in there, expect anything that's going to happen. Just when you turn the corner, expect the monster to be there if you want to. Except you will not be scared. I guarantee. There is some thunder. The thunder might scare you, kinda, but that's it. The thunder is really the only thing that might scare you. Everything else, there's one hallway. There's one hallway that looks a little menacing, but it's all right. Don't worry. Um, this game, I could recommend this game to everyone. I mean, this game is so easy to play. If you, I mean, you don't need to be Sherlock to find this stuff. It's excellent. This game is beautiful, and the story is great. The story, I loved it to death. And I made a recommendation on it on Steam, and that's where I'm not usually happy with reviews because I don't want to tell people to go buy it. I have a problem with I want to tell somebody to spend their that's the problem with this game is that it's $20 and that's a lot to ask for a 90-minute game at the least. Maybe the maximum you can give is 2 hours. There's some things I missed. There's a lot of gray areas. In particular, there's a safe that I never opened. It would be interesting to see what was in that safe. I never opened it, but other than that, I got everything. I got enough of the story for me to like it. Um, that's what's keeping me from like it's really hard for me to go. You should buy this, and it's $20, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, wait a minute, I just blew $20, and I will not be the type of person to go $20, really, that's a pizza. What are you doing? I bought this game on sale. I wanted to buy this game when it first came out because it looked really interesting to me, and I honestly did. But then I was like $20, and I could buy anything else, and that's what I did. This game came out half price, I think, last week on sale. It's mid. I think it was a midweek sale. I gobbled it up, and I loved it. I played maybe 30 or 20 minutes in. I couldn't stop. There was nothing stopping me. If this game was 8 hours, I'd be late for work. That's how good it was. But fortunately, it's only 2 hours, and that's a lot to ask. And the game doesn't really have any replay value other than that. Well, for me, I would replay it again because I love the story. It's like on par, with me. It's on par with. I mean, I'm not even gonna say it because that would be an insult. But I love this game, and so when I think if I'm thinking about doing more reviewish type videos, but in that vein of what I just said, like so much less. It's a little bit less on the this game is great, you should buy it, and more about how. Here's what I found when I was playing this game, and that when the number one reason why I like Gone Home is because it's impossible to get stuck. It's almost impossible. I'll give you a good example. In the begin, I had a video. I actually uploaded this video. It's one of the videos I kind of privated. I realized that if you watch my video, you don't even need to buy the game. I mean, the video's right there, but I recommend you buy it, and so you can go through it at your own pace and explore wherever you want. But the first few minutes, you're confronted with a locked door, and you're stuck on like the lobby, and I found the key to the door in like record time. It was scary, and I made note of that. I was like, wait a minute, there's something special about this game. If I could find the key to this door in 10 seconds, there's something special with this game. I'm by no means Sherlock Holmes, and I mean, when I found that key, I was like, wait a minute. And then you play the answering machine. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, I'm in love. And I was like, oh, from there. Um, so those are the type of reviews I aim to go for. That's what I want to do. It's just here's what I encountered when I played this game. It was easy and easy to go through. The other game, I actually tried to do a review on this, and I gave up because I couldn't. I can't act worth a shit. I can't act worth a damn. And that's Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes was released on the Sega Saturn back in, it was 1995 or 1996. It was a game. It was one of those games where I was in kind of like a summer camp. It was kind of like summer camp, but it wasn't. It was more like daycare. Um, my private school had every summer would have like a little summer camp you can go to with your friends and stuff. So we went there. I went there, and every day or every other day, I would bring my Sega Saturn. We would play Sega Saturn at the daycare. It was basically daycare. So one day we went to the mall, and I was in the game store with all my friends, and they were like, "Ooh, you should buy this game. You should buy this game." I had Sega Saturn. They were like, "Oh, you should buy this." This is before PlayStation and all that. And oh, you should buy this game. And I looked at, I saw Guardian Heroes, and I saw this game. I was like, I should just buy it. And my friend was like, "No, you should buy this hockey game. This hockey game's great." And I was like, "No, I don't know this Guardian Heroes." And boom, I loved it. It's probably the best side-scrolling fighting game I've ever played. It back then it was crazy good. I mean, 1990. Think about this. Here's a side-scrolling fighting game, four-player, all simultaneous, almost 60 frames per second, almost all the time. There was some slowdown, and the best versus battle system of it was great. It had a combo system that was pretty good, even though you can juggle a lot. It was really juggle happy. The battle royale system was like 6 players, and you could play 6 players, and you could play as any character in the game, any character that you've beaten the level on. If you beat certain levels, you unlock certain characters. You can play almost any character you see. If you want to play like a boss character, you can play that character. You can play as a civilian character you're not really supposed to be able to play as. You can play as animals. You can play as. There's one character has a rabbit called Nando. You can play as Nando the flaming rabbit. It's awesome. And you could set the levels of you could set the battle royale system. You could set any way you want. You could set free for all, 5-on-1, 2-on-4, 3-on-3. 2-on-2-on-2, 1-on-1. Any combination you want. And you can set the levels. You can set the experience. You can set AI. You can fight against the AI. You and your friends against a really hard AI boss. Um, the only downside was that it was actually limited by the game. This was cool. It was like you can tell the developers really gave a shit. Um, the Sega Saturn, it was limited. It had really good memory from what I heard, but it was limited. So you couldn't have the system memory could only handle so many different characters at once. So the game would prevent you from picking um, 6 different characters to a degree. I think you can always pick the 5 main characters, but you couldn't pick like 5 or 6 different boss characters because it would be too much for the system memory. However, you could pick 5 of the 6 of the same characters because they all use the same characters. They all use the same type of memory, so that's cool. It's like Street Fighter when you do patlet swaps, or when they had so like Ryu's like left-handed, all of a sudden he's right-handed. That kind of a thing. They use the same kind of system to save memory. Also, I really liked how it got rid of the you when you fight when you play the game. There's 3 different planes of fighting. There's like a forward plane, a back. There's like a background plane, a forward plane, and like a middle plane. So you don't play any of that like grab ass kind of like I'm gonna tap down or tap up and maybe get you on the corner of my punch. That stuff you do in fighting games like Final Fight. There's like none of that. It's like everyone's on. You're all on that plane, and you can do stray attacks that attack everything all in that one plane. There's also AoE moves that attack everything in the planes within a radius. Um, Special moves, magic is handled like what's like in fighting games. Like if you do a fireball motion, you throw fireballs. If you do a special motion, you do like a Hadouken or a Kamehameha beam. And it's like crazy. I mean, the game is really good. It's really ahead of its time. And even today, games. I mean, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. It still can't even touch that crap. Castle Crashers can't touch it. Um, Almost any other fighting game. Dragon's Dog. I mean, not Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Crown can't touch it, in my opinion. That's strictly my opinion. But Dragon's Dogma doesn't hold a candle to it. Um, it's a pretty short game though, but I just love it because the fighting system. I mean, you'll be there for hours. It's almost like Smash Brothers. That's it. As a matter of fact, that's what it is. It's pretty much Smash Brothers, except that you have health. Um, what else am I going to talk about? Oh yeah, so reviews. Speaking of reviews, and I'm wrapping this up pretty soon. Um, I'm gonna be uploading this video before this movie comes out, but I'm making a prediction, and hopefully you guys will believe me. Um, in case like the movie comes out and it tanks, and you're like, no, you just said it after the fact. I'm a huge fan of Ender's Game, the book. This movie looks like shit. This movie, the trailers are the worst trailers I've. They they aren't the worst trailers of all time. I rephrase that. If you could make a trailer for Ender's Game, they're the worst trailers for Ender's Game I could imagine. Um, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, how many times can you say that Ender is the chosen one? In so many words, the early trailers. That's a matter of fact. Every trailer, that's all they say. Ender is the only one. You are the only one. I've never thought of these tactics. Ender is the only one who could save us. I know a lot of movies do that, but not to this extent. Like you mean to tell me every line of dialogue is about how cool Ender is? Not only that, um, Ender's Game is at the heart of it. I don't really hear people say this about Ender's Game, but this is what I got from Ender's Game. Ender's Game it's really at the core of it. This is the core of the book. It's about a boy who he's essentially forced. He's for he All right. Well, let me rephrase this better. He's probably the smartest kid alive. He does represent Earth's greatest hope, being the formic threat. Blah blah blah. But he's so good that he's probably the most destructive force on the planet. It would be like as if an atom bomb was self-aware. If a nuclear device was self-aware and realizing that it's so awesome, it's so great, and that people need it, and that it's awesome, but at the same time, it destroys everything in its path. It's meant only for destruction, and that's Ender's Game. That's this boy is realizing that he's he's good and he's needed. However, he is so destructive that people die. People die under his command. People die, or not. People don't die under his command. I rephrase that. People die um, as a result of his actions when he doesn't mean them to. Like early on, I don't even know if this scene's gonna be in the movie, but in the book, early on, he kills a boy in the schoolyard, which is like a reoccurring theme. Not foreshadowing, but it's actually almost the overarching theme of the entire book. A bully comes up to him and starts messing around with him, and I believe I don't know how he does. He does some kind of move where he punches him in the heart or in the chest, and the boy staggers and he falls down. And then all the other boys go, whoa, whoa, they back away. By the way, they pick on because he's the third kid. In Ender's Game, I think there's overpopulation in America and all that stuff. There's some crazy. Anyway, Ender's like a third kid. He was commissioned by basically the government. His parents were commissioned to make another kid, and so he's a third, so they call him a third turd, and that's like he's like an outcast. So whatever. The book tries to go off like, oh, he's an outcast. That's not really that. That's for like 2 seconds. He's kind of an outcast. And so this happens again when he's on the spaceship to the International Space Station, where they train him to be a super to battle school. Um, he in zero gravity he manages to break a kid's arm, Bernard, and so it's like everything he does is so destructive. And that's the overarching theme, is that he starts to realize that and he's an atom bomb. He starts killing people, and I'm saying that like he's a psycho murderer, but no, he realizes that he's so good that he's just gonna kill everything. Everything he does is just to kill everything, and he starts to rise up in the ranks. And and then over in the book, before every chapter, there's two. There's always two people talking. Usually it's Graf and another person, or it's Graf and Dap, or Dap and somebody else. Usually it's Graf and another person, but you never really find out. Usually it gives you clues, and they're talking about how they're pushing Ender. They're like putting all these weird things on Ender, like to like for example, they put him in charge. This is in the trailer, so it's not spoilers. They put him in charge of Dragon Army, which has never won a battle. So it's like a stigma. Nobody wants to be on Dragon Army. So he gets put on Dragon Army, and it's basically where if he loses at that point, if he loses anything, if he loses a game, he'll automatically be kicked out, and they'll just throw him back on Earth. Well, he'll be a third, and he'll pretty much have no rights, and he'll pretty much be like an outcast. So they're telling him like, if you screw with us, we're gonna send you back to Earth, and you're not gonna be happy with it. And his brother Peter is a psychopath. This isn't spoilers. This is early on. He's a psychopath, and it's believed that if Ender went back on Earth, he would probably be killed by Peter. Um, so anyway, my point is that later on in the book, the pressures start to get to him, and he starts to almost lose his mind, and really his character changes, and he starts to be more cynical, and everything like that. He runs simulations for hours on end, and he starts to lose sleep. He starts to run 20-hour simulations. Now, what I've said in the book is 100% true. Now watch the fucking trailer. This guy looks like he's slept 12 hours a night. He looks like he's playing for millions of dollars on a game show. He's moving his hands around like, yeah, shoot them buggers. Yeah, boom, blow them up. Yeah, let me move my hand. Oh, boom, fire. Boom, boom. And it's oh my God. There's no point to watching this movie. They took out the main part of the movie. They did. That I'm telling you, that's the focal point of the movie, is how they're putting pressure on Ender, and that Ender has to perform, or else Earth is screwed. The human race is screwed. And Ender knows it, but he doesn't like it. It's not fair to him. To be honest, it really isn't fair. Even though he is the greatest tactical mind on the planet, he's being pushed to be a murderer. And he's young, and he doesn't know any better. And by the way, I don't get the whole we're gonna make Valentine the love interest. Though, in my opinion, I thought the love interest would probably be Ally or Ally. I don't even know. I'm probably scrambling his name, but that was kind of the love interest. But yeah, Valentine. I get one of my friends read the book, and she was like, I can't believe Ender's in love with his sister. It's kind of like incest. And I was like, really? It's like, yeah, that's what I got from the book, and she's pretty smart. And I was like, really? I missed that. In the movie, it seems like it. And the movie is like, yeah, because Ender is Ender. Anyway, I'm gonna be watching this movie tomorrow and fully expecting it to suck. It's gonna suck so bad. I am rooting for Bean though. Bean is so funny because you would think I wouldn't like Bean. I think Bean's my favorite character. But here's my problem with Bean. He's so Mary Sued. It's not even funny. Ender's Shadow is Mary Sue the book. Bean is so crazy. Like Oh, Bean knew everything. Bean was behind the shadows. Bean did this. Bean did that. Bean is Ender, and Bean is not Ender. And but Bean and Ender are kind of there's no connection between them. But there's so Mary Sue that fucking Bean is almost better than Ender. You know that's so crazy. Uh, if you're looking for him in the movie, Bean is probably the smallest kid. He's the smallest kid ever. He's probably the youngest kid ever in Battle School, and he's arguably the smartest kid, though he's not. It's implied that the whole point is that while Bean is the smartest and Bean is the most capable and probably Bean is quote better than Ender, only Ender could do what Ender's doing. It's that typical. I'll give you a good example. Firefly. You have a character named Malcolm Reynolds, who in the offset really doesn't have any strengths. He really doesn't. He's not. He doesn't have Jane's strength. He doesn't have Shepherd Book's maybe connections. He's not as smart as the Doctor. He's maybe not as skilled a fighter as River Tam. He doesn't know about ships as like Kaylee does, and he's probably not as good of a shot as Zoe. And not as good as pilot as Wash. But if you notice, he's by far the smartest person. He's a genius actually, and it's very subtle. He just knows everything. And I think the best episode that shows it off is I think Out of Gas. I think that's the best one. It just shows how he's brilliant, and that's why he's the leader, and that's why he's there. So that's why Ender is Ender. So you might have a guy like you might think, okay, well, um, Shepherd Book, he kind of he's got connections. I don't know. He's the type of guy who would probably take out. He'd have Malcolm Reynolds assassinate. Nope, Malcolm Reynolds will right on top of that and snap his neck, and that'd be it. So that's Ender, and but Ender's Shadow. I mean, Ender is it Ender's Shadow? Yeah, the Shadow series. There's an Enderverse. Ender's Game had like 3 or 4 sequels to it, and then Bean. There's a spin-off centering around Bean called Ender's Shadow. Ender's Shadow is a really good book. I really like it, but Bean is so Mary Sued. It's not even fun. Like Bean knows everything. But the sequels are hilariously bad of Ender's Shadow. Like it builds up to you want to see. There's a new bad guy that's really scary. He's a really scary bad guy in my opinion, and and I really wanted to see like where they were going with him, and they really let you down. They let you down so hardcore. The third book is such a letdown. The fourth book is a snooze. It's a snooze fest. But I won't spoil them. So anyway, those are my predictions. Ender's Game is gonna suck dick. Massive, massive amounts of balls. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow, and I don't know. I'm gonna say I told you so. If I'm right, um, I what I think they're gonna cut. I think they're gonna cut. There's a lot of things to cut in Ender's Game. There's a lot of things I don't want them to cut. There's a really cool. I really want to see. There's a really good Battle School fight that happens. Oh, by the way, have you seen that trailer where Ender has 2 guns and he's spinning in space and firing the guns? That's all right. Let me tell you something else about the book. In the book, Ender. All right, so they put him in the battle room and they give you these suits and they give you these ray guns. And the ray guns, the way they work is that they shoot out a beam. And if you flash a beam on somebody, it doesn't really nothing happens. But if you hold the beam on a person, it kind of quote unquote kills them. It freezes their suits to make it look like they're dead. So like if you were shot in the leg with the beam and the beam held it there, you wouldn't be able to move your leg. It's to simulate like as if you lost your leg, but you're still kind of combat ready, kind of. So Ender came up with a strategy to where okay, so how they fight Battle School, they would just do what Ender did in that trailer. They would run around and start shooting people. They would fly at you like John Woo shoot you with two. They're retards. Ender showed them like the way you want to attack somebody is you want to show the least amount of you want to show them as small a target as possible while being able to shoot at them effectively. So he came up with the strategy of getting into like almost like a sitting position on your knees with your legs a little bit open, and you put your gun in between your legs, so you can kind of aim in between your legs, and you want to be traveling off the wall, legs first. So when your enemies shoot at you, they hit your legs, but you're able to shoot at them and just kill them. And he reinvents the whole way like this whole way on how to fight, like this combat way. And that's like his ticket to success. And then you watch the trailer, and Ender is flying around, not doing any of the tactics. Um, there's there's a few cool scenes. There's one where I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's one fight where they ratchet up the tension against Ender so much that they give him a 2-on-1 battle, and it's never been done before in battle school. Like literally a 2-on-1 battle, and not only that, when the enemy gets frozen or killed, in 5 minutes they rethaw. Like they come back to life, and it's like it's crazy in the book, and I really want to see that on film. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm pretty sure they're gonna cut that. And then another thing I want to look forward to is in Ender's Game. There's a bunch of games that they play in the battle school other than the battle room. One of them is I forget the name of the game. It's called like the fantasy game, I think. I call it Giant's Drink because that's the only thing I can remember from it. It's a you find out to be it's a psychological game. That doesn't spoilers, but the game is weird. It to me in my mind it's like exactly like Dark Souls. To me, the game is almost like Dark Souls, in that you play the game. When you hold the game, it automatically generates your face and yourself on the game, and that's all you do is you walk around in the game, and you're presented like puzzles, and usually the puzzles involve your guy dying, and you just restart a little bit back, and you just make it all the way back up to where you were, and it's almost like a roguelike. And uh, and so like at one point I think Ender runs up against three hyenas, and the hyenas keep killing him, and then he'll get stuck at this one point and then give up, and then he'll do something that kind of corresponds with that situation in real life. Like he'll run into three people and he'll beat them, and so when he goes back into the psychological game, he beats the hyenas. um there's one point where, like I said, the giant's drink, where the face of the giant is replaced by Peter or something like that, and the giant keeps killing him with the drinks. Like the giant offers him two drinks, and no matter what drinks he drinks, he dies, and he dies in like a cartoonish manner. Like he'll drink and then his insides will fall out. He'll drink once and he'll die of poison. He'll drink once and he'll catch fire, and then he'll drink it, and a wolf will come out of nowhere and kill him, and then he'll drink it and the giant will kill him anyway, and then he'll try to kill the giant. The giant will kill him, and then eventually he'll find a way, and it's they're gonna cut that. Even though it's something I want to see on translated onto the screen, they're gonna cut it. Um, yeah, like I said, this movie's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible. And so anyway, that's it for my audio log. Thanks for listening. And oh, what else was I gonna say? Nah, whatever. It'll be a surprise. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for listening, and take care.